You're hitting the gym consistently. You're pushing yourself through intense workouts, sweating buckets, lifting heavier each week, and checking off every set and rep like it's mission critical. Your fridge is filled with neatly prepped containers of plain chicken breast, steamed broccoli, and brown rice. You've even dropped some serious cash on a stack of supplements that some shredded guy on Instagram swore would unlock your full potential. By all accounts, you're doing everything right, and yet, there's a problem. Your friend who started their fitness journey around the same time seems to be blowing past you in terms of results. They're building muscle faster, leaning out quicker, and recovering like a machine. But here's the kicker. Their workouts are nearly identical to yours. They hardly meal prep. They eat junk food now and then, pizza, ice cream, whatever's around. And the only supplement they've taken? A tub of whey protein they snagged on clearance. So what gives? How is it possible that someone doing less is getting more? Well, there's a secret ingredient they're using that you're not: sleep. Yeah, that thing you keep putting off in favor of one more episode, one more level, one more scroll through social media. While you're staying up into the early hours, burning through your mental energy on Netflix, games, or rabbit holes on the internet, your friend is doing something far more powerful. They're sleeping. Now I get it. In a world that glorifies hustle, late nights, and being constantly on, sleep feels like something optional. A luxury. Something we can cut back on to squeeze more productivity out of our day. But when it comes to fitness, when it comes to building muscle, losing fat, and becoming the strongest version of yourself, sleep is not just important, it's foundational. It's the ultimate legal performance enhancer. And without it, you're running uphill with weights tied to your ankles. Let's start with the most obvious issue: how lack of sleep crushes your performance. Think about those days where you drag yourself to the gym after barely getting 4 or 5 hours of rest. You're foggy. Your body feels heavy. Everything feels harder than it should. It's not just in your head. Sleep deprivation literally slows you down. Studies using the psychomotor vigilance test, which measures alertness and reaction time, show that people who don't get enough sleep react slower, think slower, and make more mistakes. And in the gym, mistakes can mean injuries. If your coordination is off, or you're not mentally sharp during heavy lifts, it's only a matter of time before something goes wrong. And when you're injured, guess what? You're not training, you're not progressing, you're sidelined. But the damage doesn't stop there. Even if you manage to stay injury-free, your workouts are still compromised. Research shows that while sleep deprivation doesn't significantly lower your maximal strength, you can still lift heavy. It does kill your endurance. You'll get tired faster, your muscles will burn out sooner, you'll need longer rest between sets. All of this means less total work done, which equals less stimulus for growth. Why does this happen? One major reason is your body's impaired ability to metabolize glucose when you're sleep deprived. Glucose is your primary energy source during intense training. If your body can't efficiently use it, you'll feel drained, sluggish, and underpowered. But beyond performance, let's talk about what happens behind the scenes when you're not lifting. Because sleep isn't just a break, it's when the real magic happens. When you fall asleep, especially during deep and REM sleep cycles, your body goes into repair mode. It starts releasing anabolic hormones, most notably testosterone and IGF-1, which stands for insulin-like growth factor 1. These are critical for muscle growth and recovery. Testosterone helps with protein synthesis, strength, and lean muscle mass. IGF-1 supports tissue repair and growth. But here's the problem. When your sleep is short, interrupted, or irregular, the release of these hormones gets delayed and reduced. If you're frequently missing out on proper REM cycles, your hormone profile takes a hit. In fact, studies on people with sleep apnea, a condition that disrupts sleep quality, found they had significantly lower levels of testosterone overall. Translation: less muscle, slower recovery, fewer gains. And just when you think it can't get worse, it does. Because while your body is producing fewer muscle-building hormones, it's also producing more of the hormones that do the opposite: catabolic hormones. The most infamous of these is cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone, and in small, controlled amounts it's actually useful. But when it stays elevated, which is what happens when you're sleep deprived, it starts breaking down muscle tissue, slowing recovery, and even promoting fat storage, especially around the belly. And it gets even more interesting. It's not just how much sleep you get, but when you sleep. Our bodies run on a natural internal clock called the circadian rhythm. It controls hormone secretion, body temperature, sleep cycles, and more. When you sleep during the night, your cortisol levels naturally drop. But if you sleep during the day, or go to bed at inconsistent times, your cortisol might stay elevated, even if you slept for the same number of hours. So if you're pulling all-nighters and sleeping in until noon, you're not just messing with your schedule, you're sabotaging your body's ability to recover and grow. And maybe you're thinking, okay, I don't care about muscle, I just want to lose fat. Well, guess what? Sleep matters just as much for fat loss. In a study comparing two groups on a weight loss plan, one group sleeping 5.5 hours per night, the other sleeping 8, the total weight loss was the same. But here's the twist. The 8-hour group lost 55% more fat and preserved 60% more muscle than the sleep-deprived group. Let that sink in. The scale moved the same, but the body composition changed drastically. The well-rested group lost the right kind of weight. And that's not all. Lack of sleep messes with the hormones that regulate hunger. It increases ghrelin, the hormone that makes you feel hungry, and decreases leptin, the hormone that makes you feel full. The result? You crave more food, you're less satisfied, and you're more likely to overeat, especially junk. So yeah, missing sleep might not seem like a big deal, but it adds up. In the gym, in the kitchen, in your hormones, in your cravings, in your results. Here's the truth. No supplement, no special workout, no fancy diet plan can replace what sleep does naturally and for free. So what's the moral of the story? Don't mess with sleep, respect it, prioritize it, schedule it, treat it like you treat your workouts and your nutrition. And honestly, if you're watching this video right now at 1 a.m., here's what you need to do. Turn off your screen. Don't like, don't share, don't comment, don't subscribe, just go to sleep. For real, shut it down. Let your body rest, let your muscles recover, let your hormones balance out, let your dreams do some of the work for you, because the truth is, sometimes the most productive thing you can do is absolutely nothing. Good night.